Hold. 20. Go to 10. List. Okay. List. Run. As my screen says, hello world. In case you're not up to speed on what's going on, I am actually creating software. This is a little computer program that I've now created this afternoon on a lark. I had a webinar that I was tapped to host, and we were talking about how we kind of grew up and retro computing and everything. And I thought, I thought about building a Commodore 64, because that was one of my first home computers. Had the VIC-20 as well. Well, my grandpa had a Commodore VIC-20 connected to a black and white television, and so we used it over at my grandparents' place. But our home, Santa Claus one year brought a C64, and so I spent a lot of time in front of the screen. And so, I can now safely say, well, let's go ahead and reboot. I have a fully functional computer. It works, like basic works, including the pokes. Like you can do poke, what was it, 53281, 0. Change the background, you can change the border. I don't know if you can see that, but there are scan lines in that monitor as well. I've got, the logic baked in, and am in the process of kind of extending that where it makes sense. And so we're going to continue to flesh this out. It's all HTML, all of it. HTML running in a single web page. This Commodore 64 clone. That is it. Perfect? No. Does it have bugs? I'm sure it does. I've been, trying to stomp them out as I've been iterating. The design issues and logic issues. At one point, Google Gemini, which is what I've been using, decided to comment out the entire logic structure. I'm like, what are you doing? And I started dropping swear words like, don't do that. Don't do that. But anyway, the bottom line is, when I feel this is ready, it'll go up on the arcade. And if you're not paying attention, the arcade now has some new apps uploaded, or I guess made public on Monday. Every week I've been, creating new things for the arcade. But this week, let me go ahead and start with showing you what I began last week. You might remember I wanted to vibe code or create a wallpaper generator, and that turned into like, well, what about planets in space? And so what I've ended up creating is this. This is the Cosmic Forge, available in the arcade. And so you can go over there right now, Cosmic Forge. You can turn things on and off, like the clouds, the star field, the sun, and there are colored nebula behind it as well. You can change the color, the sun temperature, the intensity. And the intensity makes sense when you're looking at the planet's surface, right? So the intensity, the distance from the planet. You can even get it like right up and close, like boom, you're burning everybody alive there. The sun size as well, so you can make it larger or smaller. Ambient light on the planet, just in case you wanted to grab a good shot. The nebula density. You are my density. You can change things on the planet, including its rotation speed, the continent scale, the complexity, mountains, the erosion, just all sorts of stuff, including the colors, the sea level, ocean colors, all that, polar ice caps, if you want, north and south, the atmospheric hue, the density, cloud cover, even the altitude of the clouds. So you can get this exactly the way you want it before doing a screenshot or have it do it for you automatically, like desktop, mobile, and 4K desktop wallpaper. It's basically made for you to make your own wallpapers. And then you're like, I don't like that. I'm going to create a new system. Just press a new system. Everything is randomized. You can go in and, of course, start tweaking it again, to your liking, and get the exact view that you want. So again, this is free. Good to see you, everybody who's tuned in across the board. Jimmy, you as well. Cosmic Forge is how that wallpaper creator ended up. If you're curious to give it a shot, I'd be curious to know what you think. This is how that turned out. And then, throughout the rest of the week, continued to create different things. I was over at my girlfriend's place, and I thought, I remember an app that was like a 1-bit app, like on the iPhone. I thought that was kind of neat. So I went into Google Gemini. That's my preferred vibe coding platform at this point, Google Gemini Pro. Oh, speaking of girlfriend, yes, you can come in. Thank you. What, baby? Yeah. Hell yeah. I've got sustenance. She made homemade spanakopita. Thank you. And if you want to see the spanakopita in 1-bit, there it is in 1-bit, black and white. Here, let me hold it up for the other camera as well. Let's see if I can futz around here. There we go, spanakopita. So hang on, I haven't eaten in a bit, so perfect. I bake apps, and she bakes food. You can go in and you can change the pixel size, right? You can up or down, and you can change the. Let me go ahead and slim that down a bit. The diffusion algorithm, Bayer, halftone. Halftone's really, it's a different kind of diffusion algorithm. Not quite, well, it is 1-bit, but as opposed to pixelated Floyd Steinberg, diffusion, Stuckey, Atkinson, which they're very close. Atkinson, Stuckey, they're very, very close, to one another, but there are differences. And then random noise, kind of like if you turn it all the way up, it looks like a television set. So it's kind of neat. And then going back to the threshold, you can also adjust brightness. Contrast doesn't show up as much with that effect, but it does with others. And then you can intensify or lower the effect overall so you can get exactly what you want. And of course, take a snapshot outright. It does work on mobile as well. So that is currently available on the arcade, 1-bit camera, easy to get to. Then I thought, as I take a break, I'm on mobile. And the problem with mobile is it's hard to, maintain a clipboard, right? Copying and pasting stuff, and then you no longer have it. So, because when you copy and paste, unless you've got a clipboard manager, which usually doesn't exist on mobile, the stuff is lost. And so it's difficult to get to again. So what I did was I vibe coded a clipboard, not a clipboard, a clickboard. Handles rich elements like photos and of course text. So you can use it and say, hey, now the cool thing is, I'm going to delete that one. Oh yeah, that's got to get updated. I thought I did update it as a matter of fact. Give me a second. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it needed a hard refresh because I had fixed a bug with layers, z-index and layering. You can, let me finish. You can sort by, you can clear all, it gives you a warning. This has persisted between states, meaning you can close the web page, open it again, and these items will still be there. You could reboot your computer, it'll still be there. Why? Because Clickboard uses what they call local storage with your browser, which means it's just with you and that system, like your phone, your computer, whatever. That clipboard, it belongs to that device if you navigate to this URL. So all your data is private, doesn't touch the server in any way, shape, or form. But it's a way for you to have a multi-item clipboard on any computer you want. This is the Clickboard app, currently available in the arcade as well. And then when I was going through the process of building or vibe coding the 1-bit app, I realized it wanted me in Google Gemini. I could preview, the app, right? I can preview it here and see kind of what's going on. But if I want to launch it as a separate web page, I have to copy the contents. It doesn't actually export HTML files, as easily as, let's say, Claude. So I needed a way to take copied contents from the clipboard. And of course, if I wanted to, drop them into the clipboard, I could. There we go. Back up. I needed a way to basically take pasted HTML and export an HTML file to use. This, again, works very, very well. By the way, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Just showing you what I vibe coded here in the process. We're going to flesh out that C64 emulator here in a bit. I got to catch you up to speed in terms of what I've done over the past week. So with this, I can create an HTML file. I looked everywhere online. Every site was full of crap. And I just needed this. Something very simple. Take HTML I paste in, export a .html file so I can run it locally. And this works well on the desktop, on mobile, certainly. But it was a function. It was a feature that I needed. An app that I needed. Didn't take long to do. The problem I had with it more than anything, I wanted to do color coding for the HTML tags, but that ended up being way more problematic than it was worth. Like, look, dude, I just need a straight HTML, and I may come back to the color coding idea with it, but at this point, I just needed something simple. Paste HTML, download an HTML file. Perfect. It works. Then, and I may come back to another version of this, which I founded this on, but you know those sand art frames that you play around with, you turn them around and the sand, goes from top to bottom, gravity. I built a digital one. You can even shake it up a bit, get those particles falling. Is it perfect? No. Is it digital? Yes. There's some amount of friction there. Let me loosen that up a bit. But this is something that you can now use. You can increase viscosity if you want. You can paint, so you can add items there that weren't there before. And then if you hit refresh, it's a completely different color scheme. So it's like a digital frame that you can flip or have fun with. Kind of like a visual ASMR. But I may end up coming back to another one, a more basic one. This one I was happy with, but I every time I went to iterate on this, it kept screwing up other things. So this is, where's my painter? Oh, there it is. You can go in, you can select a different color, you can paint different colors on here. It screwed up some of the other things like the icons, but this is one I may come back to as another sand tool. Not exactly sand. I'll have to call it something else, but slightly different physics, slightly different output. But just as much fun, just kind of a little, just a toy to mess around with. Where it fits, I don't yet know, but I did save it out. So anyway, that was kind of used. Then did I show you last week? I showed you this, right? I showed you a glass hole, correct? Didn't I? The glass emulator. I showed you this, yes? Please tell me I did. I did. Thank you, Pixel. I appreciate the clarity. Okay, so that one was uploaded, and then this one was fun. I love the sound of rain sticks, and they're fun. And so what I decided to do was try to create. This was a bit of a challenge. I did successfully. Didn't even try. I created a rain stick emulator, and yes, it does make sounds, or it should make sounds. Let me go ahead and hit hard refresh. Can you hear it? And you can increase density, max seed size, gravity. So let's hit refresh. I may have to change a couple things on it that I'm not happy with, like click here to begin or just click the screen to begin. Okay. Otherwise, it starts playing right away. I don't want to shock anybody. Someone helped me uncover a bug when I tweeted this out earlier this week. But anyway, these are the 6 or 7 apps that I did over the past week. I hope you enjoy them all. Every one of them is available, of course, on the arcade. Look at that, where I say you can join me live in terms of what I'm doing right now. So those are the things I'm going to close because we don't need to showcase anything else. I may come back to the sand tonight. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. But just over the past day, like Mondays, when I basically finished everything, I started thinking, well, what do I want to build next? Well, these aren't live in the arcade yet, but they will be. We've got Cybersweeper, which is a Minesweeper clone. But with this, you've got different elements. Like if you press a button, blocks show up. There we go. 2, 1, 1, 1. Oh, crash. Okay, so that's game over. But I'm going to try if oops, hang on. It'll save top scores in local. There we go. It's a dud. I hit a dud, which means it was an explosion, but I get to move on. See, I've got duds. And then if I want to, like, let's say, I'm not sure which ones are what's under each of these things. I can use a scan bonus, and that tells me the bomb is there, so I got to remember so that I can clear those out. I can also probe if I want to check, is this one it? No, that's safe. Oh, I didn't hit probe again. But anyway, there's also overclock, so you got to beat the timer on this. The one-click challenge. You can change the grid size. The Cyber Sweeper, I think, for the most part, is ready to go. I can always iterate. In fact, I may end up iterating that rain stick before I forget about it. But that's one that'll be going up. And then this is another thing that I remember having fun with, or seeing someone do, taking an image and turning it into CSS. I'm like, that could be a tool. So what I created was a tool to, and this is something that I think needs to be addressed. I don't like the jumping around part. Upload image. There we go. And you can change the resolution. You can change the size of the pixels. So you can make it very, very sharp. You can make it larger. And then this is CSS. That's not a graphic. It's not an image. But then you copy the CSS and you can paste it somewhere else. Like, I don't know, instant HTML. Just to show you, like, this is the CSS that is produced with the what I made. So you can paste that CSS in and then throw it onto a web page. Sorry. This is the CSS that's produced. It's boring, but this is that's what's produced from that particular tool, which is great. The only thing I don't like, a tool by Chris Perillo. Okay, I don't know why it said that at the bottom. Sometimes Google is weird. Sometimes it just adds crap I didn't ask for. Yeah, I think I want to adjust something, and so let's come back to that. Am I good with Cyber Sweeper? Yeah, I think I'm good with Cyber Sweeper. Let me see. I think I'm okay. So this is the next one. You ever come across a PNG that was like a PNG file that was allegedly transparent in the background, but it wasn't? So like if I go, let's see here, over here, and I'm searching for these images, like, oh, look, it's an image that's transparent. And so then I drag it to the desktop. And then when I get it to the desktop, what I notice is like, no, that's not transparent. They just made it look like it's transparent. So what I did was created a tool that actually goes through and makes it truly transparent. So you can adjust the tolerance of the different colors. Let's see here. And select a different color if you need it to show what you need to be transparent, clicking the color to remove. So if you wanted to, you can click the dark colors to remove the darker colors, but I don't want to do that. So I could then save out and even shrink the image or shrink the edges so that it's cleaner. But the idea is that I save out a more transparent image, you know, compared to the first one that I found, let's say, on a Google search. You understand? So it's a ping defaker. Needed that tool. Oh, sorry. You weren't seeing what I wanted you to see. Let me see if I can find a better faux transparent PNG. Okay, this is a better faux transparent PNG. Let's go ahead and load a new image. Here we go. This, right? Originally, that is not a transparent background, but now it is. Now I made it a final, in the final copy, and you can see there's watermarks on it. But I can increase or decrease the tolerance, and you can see if I change the background color, it's a more transparent image than the original one. And then you can, you know, drag and drop it out or download the PNG. You can even invert, so kind of like creating a mask of sorts. But I thought that was a tool that was interesting. I think that's where it needs to go. It's where it needs to be. Another thing that we're going to be messing with tonight is the image editor. It's not working the way that I want. like it's offset. It's not centered, so I'm going to have to fix that. And that may be it. I just wanted kind of a basic image editor. It's not fancy. It's just very like, oh, I can go in and I can adjust brightness. I can adjust contrast. I can add a filter, clarity, Sin City, all these things. So yeah, and then with it, you can download an image. You can reset the adjustments. You can set a new image, so I can load that one instead. Like I said, the only thing that really is not making me happy, and I think will be finalized, is on a new page load, the upload an image to start editing is not centered. And for some reason, I haven't been able to get that addressed. Then the last thing, so I've done 5 new things. The last thing that I got to kind of tweak, and we're going to go through, is the Commodore 64 emulator of sorts. So these are the things that I'm working on making public for next week, meaning I'm using them now. I suppose if you went digging enough, you could find them on the arcade, but they're not currently publicly visible. But I've been busy. Not gonna flake, even though I'm dropping flakes left and right. Okay, here we go. Let us go back to Gemini. We've been adding commands, getting things done. You can load JSON files, and then it's saved. So you can save. You can actually save the files and come back to them, and run them. Command C gets a break. CLS clears the screen. Okay, so theoretically, okay, without causing any regressions in usability or design, can we add new commands and features? I have to say it that way. Otherwise, it doesn't work very well, because that's one thing that I need to address. I do want to open up that rain stick. I'm not happy with how infinite rain stick. There we go. Let me download that. What do we have? Returns the arctangent of a number cosine sine. Okay, this is all. I thought we already did this. Didn't we already do that? Okay, weird. I thought we already finished those things, but I guess not. We're going to start another one. Another Google Gemini to finish this image editor. We're going to fix this problem once and for freaking all. On page load, the dialog is not centered and seems to be horizontally squished. Okay, get that going. And then let me Gemini, let me get this going. Canvas, infinite rain stick. Instead of click here, does it say click here to begin? One, I don't want text selectable on this page. 2, instead of click here to begin, have it say click any. To start sound, click anywhere to start sound, and then make that button itself also clickable to like you have the remainder of the page. Okay. There we go. So we're doing that. We're getting this going. We've got this. Is this happening? Wait, hang on. I swear it did that. Did it not? Yeah, look. I will add the following: logical operators, system time variables. You already had the system time variables. Didn't you already have the system time variables? Okay. Hey, there we go. It's centered. Whee! I don't want the user to be able to select text on the page. Keep upload an image to start editing on one line. You may have to widen that tile, that container for it. Fix the centering problem. And there we go. Click anywhere to start sound. Perfect. Okay, code, copy contents, infinite rain stick fix implemented. Gonna upload that. All right, infinite rain stick updated. I can close that tab, share that tab instead. See, isn't that interesting, the disabled text selection? Because there are certain apps I'm like, just make it unclickable. You are correct. They were indeed present in the version just before my last message. Okay. There we go. Now. Sometimes reminding it not to regress is a challenge. Okay, so ping to fix. Oh, CSS art. That's the next one I wanted to fix. Can we not have the jumping around, but keep the preview grid container a single size? Let me double check this. Can I upload an image this way? No, I can't. Is it top aligned? It is. Okay. Top aligned is great. A Tool by Chris Perillo. Okay, Image Editor Pro seems to be good. There we go, Image Editor Pro. I haven't actually tried this on the desktop, so let me try this. Copy the contents. I don't know what we call this thing, Image Editor Pro. It was a name it came up with. I'm like, let's play with image editing. Let's see what happens when we do that. Okay. What do we call this thing? Okay. Wait a second. What happened to my, is it not sharing anymore? What? Why is it? Oh, because I closed a tab. Sorry. My bad. Give me a second. I will reshare. Share this. There we go. You can't close a tab if it's being viewed. It doesn't fall back to another tab, which is good for security reasons. But CS rule on the body. Yeah, okay, so I want to come back to this. It's doing it again. It's just stuck? Okay, but we already have those. I think I'm caught in a recursive loop with this one. Okay. On screens that can we put the adjustments container to the right of the image, even if it means shrinking. Is that really what I want to do? Yeah, it's like I've got to do, otherwise I'm going to do it. I'm trying to minimize the amount of scrolling. And I still don't know what to call it. Yeah, Gemini. Yeah, see, absolutely right. We're caught in a loop. We're caught in a recursive loop. I'm asking you what the next features commands we could add. Now back to this one. On screens again, I feel like I want to bring everything together, right? Like on screens, can we put the adjustments container to the right of the image, even means shrinking the preview size accordingly. Moreover, the filters could shift to directly under the image and span the width of the image preview for with the buttons filling in the space within that container accordingly. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if this is not going to work. What do we call this thing? What do we call it? Image editor? What do we call it? What are cool names for web-based apps that are image editors? No, I'm not around. I'm actually dead. Truth be told, I am dead. And developing software, because that's what one does when one is dead. So let's see here. What are we? Pixel Crafter. Ooh, that's a nice one. SnapForge. Chromabot. Bitbrush. Frameshift. Photon Mint. Neon Loom. Hue Hacker. Splashforge. Pixelpunk. No, it's not really pixel stuff. Renderly. Picturino. I like that one. Picturino. Tectonic. These are some good names. Glitch Glaze. Nah, because it's like Hue Haven. Hue Haven's not bad. Visual Lab. SnapForge sounds too common. Canvas Aura. Frameshift. Hue Hacker. That one's fun. Hue Hacker. Picturino. Wait. What is it? If we go to Picturino, what makes the most amount of sense for like editing? Tectonic. That's fun. Vibe edit. Kind of is. Pictomancer. That's fun too. Pictomancer. Picturino. Let's just say Picturino. Okay. And the app is now called Picturino. Picturino Image Editor. Let's change the. I like going over to Google Fonts and like browsing and looking like, oh, what's cool, what's different. Montserrat is a good one, although Enter gets used all the freaking time. I love Lato. Nodo-san. Railway might be not bad. Nodo-sans. Let's do Nodo-sans. This is going to be a beefy update. Wait, what happened to my... Oh, I did it again! Y'all got to call... You know what? Forget it. I'm just turning me off too. Forget it. I'm just... When I close a tab, that's what happens. Okay, so there's the image to pixel art generator. That should work. Let me test it. I'm just calling this CSS art because that's kind of what it is. There's tab. What happened? Did it again! You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. This is dangerous, but I'm going to do this. This is very, 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 very dangerous. Is this... No, is that it? It's dangerous in the sense I'm sharing the whole browser window, but at least you'll be able to kind of play along with me here. It's Picturino. This did not work at all. This update. First, this update made the preview invisible. Second, for the user uploads any image, the only thing they need to see in the middle of the screen is the upload image button. All other features appear when a valid image is successfully loaded. Thinking of usability. Oh no, as a YouTuber, I totally gave up. Okay, now back to this. Hopefully that's going to work. Given the state of the interpreter, here are the next major features. There we go. Significantly expand computed jumps on goto and on go sub, powerful flow control statements. On X, go to 100, 200, 300. It would jump to line 100 if X is 1. Wait. Okay. On X. This builds directly on the existing goto and go sub logic. User-defined functions, def fn. This is a key feature for more advanced basic program. Allows the user to define their own reusable single-line functions. Define functions dbl x equals x times 2. Oh, interesting. Okay. Sounds great. And let's create a new command called help that, when entered on a new line, returns a list of functions that can be used in this app. Brief description. A new command on each line. Or command or commands that, when entered on a new line, returns a list of commands that can be used in this app with a brief description. One command. It does. Then add a new okay, help or command or commands. Okay, there we go. Sounds great. Oh, all the commands that go. Fleshing this out further. Hopefully not going to break that. Picturino image editor. Let's see how you works. Okay, filters worked and adjustments. There we go. It's just large. The preview is really large. Let's call this Picturino. Oh, the world's a different place, dude. Like, when there's only 2 people on YouTube, it's one thing. But, like, when there's a billion, yeah, good luck. So I'm doing different things, like getting hired out. Oops. This is not centered. Okay, so the desktop works really well. Hang on just a second. Okay, so I delete that. It did it mostly. The upload dialog is not centered. And then, since we have the space, let's make it such that the user doesn't need to scroll through the adjustments to see all of them. Did we put... Hey, Willie. Did we put... Okay, new image, reset adjustments, download image. Okay, so new. Okay, put those at the top. Let's put oh, hang on. On tablet screens or smartphones, let's do a 2-column layout for filters and again, put the buttons above the filters container for those screens. We'll try it on the smartphone for now. Okay. On the desktop, clarifying. Okay, there we go. Those updates. Did this work? Kind of. And it did work, okay. Okay. Start. Screen should just be the title and the upload image button. The other controls are useless at this stage. You see at this stage, let me fix that before copying it out. Picturino we're working on, it's thinking about it, and how are we doing here? Excellent idea. Oh, look at that. Oops. Okay, and then, hey, Minnie. I'm programming a Commodore 64 emulator and other things. Oops. Vibe coding 3 different things at once for functions. Let's create a multi-column table for them to be laid out far more cleanly. Even. Okay. I've really scared the crap out of it not to screw with anything. Picturino, image editor, boop. No. On the tablet, the filters should be aligned next to the adjustment. Not like this. And then how does it work on the desktop for Picturino? Don't ask me. No one's asking for a picture editor. No one in their right mind is asking for a picture editor. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's workable. Okay. On the desktop. Dang, dude. I'm kind of impressed. It even did some even layouts down there. New. Okay, hang on. Pressing new. It shouldn't reset the view back to the start screen, but just open the file dialog, system dialog seamlessly. I haven't tried these on the phones yet. I'll get into that now. Image to CSS pixel art generator. Oh crap. Upload image. There we go. Okay, that works. And I've actually got the SEO in there already. Woohoo! Upload image. Wait, is this which one? Oh yeah, okay. On the desktop. Okay, there's that. Now back to this. And this. Oh, clean. Functions. Could we have 4 columns for the functions? We have 4 in help, and then data, read the store, dim, declares an array, rem, remark, that's crazy, end, stops program execution, that's great. Okay. Commands should, each command should be on a new line, even if it's connected to another that can be referenced in the brief description. Otherwise, this doesn't look clean. Alphabetize both help lists. Again, these lists need to be updated when we add new functions and or commands. Okay. Back to Picturino. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, no. Tab layout is still stacking containers. I want the containers side by side and the buttons on a tablet or small screen in between the containers and the image preview. Now let's try it here, because anytime you mess with one thing, you got to check with another. That looks good. I really like that. I think this is good. I think it's good. Simplicity, clarity, it's filters. Greenish. And then I think, yeah, sharpen's been problematic. Sharpen has been problematic. Can we delete the sharpen slider and replace it with something else? Here we go. Alphabetize separated, 4-column function, future-proof data. Ah! Look at that. Then let's bring the commands and there. Let's bring the description. That's 2. 1, 2. We need to shorten. Crap. Go to if then. We to shorten the gap by 2 characters between the commands and their descriptions in help functions. Is it peak? Poke. Poke. Jeez. Mid string, string, string. There we go. TI, TI. If a user types help command or function, the system returns a response describing what it is and how it works. Whoa! Thank you, Scotty. That's very appreciated. Very, very, very much appreciated. I'm creating a Commodore 64 clone emulator thing. And an image editor. Find out. Vignette. Ooh, I like vignettes. Great, but it did not work. Oh, it did work. Okay. It's got to be very, very strong. There we go. Cool. I think Picturino works. And I think I've SEO'd it already. No? No, I have not. I wasn't sure if I even wanted to keep it last night. I was like, no, I really want to keep this. We are live. Ikafar. Oh, crap. Layout on mobile tablet is now fine, but something happened to the desktop layout. Oh, I need it. Okay. Does this work? Let's find out. Drop image here. Sweet. That's all CSS, baby. Can the preview grid please not flash when it... And I prefer it not resize itself. Dynamic. And again, I gotta copy this out to test it on the desktop. Change one thing, gotta check something else. But at least I made that easier. Tablet screens, there we go. Woo! Use live.perillo.com. Well, it still works. Okay, there we go. Ah, Scotty, it's very appreciated. Seriously, you have no idea. That's more than I see on the average day. So thank you. I hope you're having fun with what I'm making. That's for sure. Per the preview grid area. Desktop is fine. Okay, I'm gonna say that. My apologies. Yes, you did kind of break it, but that's okay. We're gonna test it again. That's what we do. We're test. Okay, that looks great. Code share. Copy contents out for Picturino. Vibe coding 3 things at once, because might as well. There we go. What happened? This is where I start getting nasty, when it starts doing things like this. Didn't I take a picture? Oh, go through. Let's see if you figured out it's on the desktop. Yeah, it got it. You figured out it was on the desktop. Let's try this. Here we go. Sweet. It's fixed. It's great. I think CSS art is better than I wanted it to be, which is great. Upload image. Yes. Okay, CSS art is functional. Right, done with that one. This is art. Now back to the C64. Oh, there we go. That's clean. There we go. Functions. Clean, clean. Look, did you know you can scroll? Help list. Help. Save. Help run. Help log. Returns the natural logarithm. Example, print log. Print log 10. Isn't that so freaking cool? 8 times 7. Let's use mathematical commands. Let's employ mathematical operators where possible and relevant to help people add, subtract. Does it make sense to add math? Let me ask first. Mathematical operators to functions. Add, subtract, multiply, divide, create formulas, or will that cause conflicts with syntax? I'm asking before we do anything. Did the C6? I don't know. Did it? Can you find out? Can you research that, Ikafar? Because I'm not sure. I can ask Perplexity. Did the C64 have basic math commands? Yeah, it did. There we go. And it did have all these other ones that we've included. Print 2 to the power of 3. Yeah, it did. Okay, so we don't need to add them as functions. The system's already built to handle the operators. Print 5 star. Okay, so it's by space. Okay, great. So we would have to do 8 times 7. 8 times 7 equals. Oh, it can't do it. Here's why. Here's why it can't do it on the command line. It can't do it on the command line because it thinks that's a number. That's a programming number. I just made 8. And so if I do a list command, I know what I did wrong there. I know what I did wrong. I realized it after I did it. I'm like, wait, I can't do that. Preview, Picturino. Nope. Tablet view broken again. And let's try the desktop. This has been the bane of my. I don't know why I'm doing this image editing tool. I don't. I didn't think, oh, this is. I started doing it. I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. I'm committing. Desktop view is broken again. How do I describe the desktop view? Desktop view is buttons should be top aligned relative to the preview to their left, then immediately followed by the crap. Okay, that's a screenshot. That's why it wasn't working. I'm like, why is that not working? Can I grep to only look for certain field? Oh, Andrew, that's I don't know if I would do that. This may be the bane of my existence. Why am I continuing to do this? I don't know. Look what it did! It executed the it executed the command. It executed the command. Oh my god! It executed the command in the freaking. Hang on. 10 print. 20 go to 10 run. I made freaking broken Google Gemini. I swear, if this works, I gotta clip this. Oh man, that's too good. That's too good. Gemini has a sense of humor. It got it. It figured it out. Oh man, that is great. I gotta post that. This is great. It's too good. Gemini has a sense of humor. If you can't laugh about it, you cry. That is hilarious. Oh my god. Whew. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, I bet you any. No, hang on. Screen. Yeah. See, 8 was my command. So we'll just say new. Help. And then you've got all the help commands. Yeah, it's great. I think we've honestly, for what we might need to do, I think this is good. I really do. I genuinely do. Okay, so let's copy this out. Make sure I've got the latest. Is that not funny? Is that not funny, dude? Is that not hilarious? Shadow Ghost, come on. That is just freaking genius. Okay, Picturino. Image editor. Again, tablet layout. This is where I start to get testy because I'm telling it what to do. I'm saying, do this. And then it doesn't do it. It's where I really start to get testy. Okay, so I did those 3 things. So 16. Got a little further than I wanted to. So let's go ahead and do the SEO commands for this for the C64. 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 What do we call it? Do not touch features or functionality or design, because this can really screw up. Okay. Wait, well, where's it going to be called? This will live. There we go. This to be called Chris Pirillo 64 Commodore 64 Retro Simulator. Retro Simulator. Commodore 64 Retro Simulator. Keywords need to reflect that. And this to the file where appropriate. Wait a minute, did that get nuked out of my? It did. Wow, okay, but it's still been working. Fair enough. Hey, thank you again for the follow. But I've saved this, yeah? I'm just in case. Okay. Because anytime you go messing with stuff, that's when it's just like, S goes sideways. Like, no. To get testy, because this is where I start blowing through patience and tokens and everything. Nope. This is where I wish I could like reach the screen and go, you stupid. Chris Pirillo 64. Chris Pirillo's arcade. Vintage computing. There we go. And with that, I think we're done with the C64, so long as it works. And I'm going to copy and paste its own words back to it if it doesn't fix the layout problems. That's where I'm like, dude, are you serious? Sometimes it tells you it does things when it doesn't. And that's where I really start to get like really testy. Testes, 1, 2, 3. These will all be going in the arcade for y'all to play with here soon enough. Not yet. I think I'll update for everybody on Monday. That's my gut. Oh, image editor, Picturino. As long as I can get a layout that works. There we go. That's perfect. Great. It actually did it this time. What do you know? Now, did you do this? Bam. Nope. Let me see here. Do. Na, 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 na. Yes, I know you don't fix the other thing. Okay, does it work? Let's find out. Let hit refresh. This, oops. Okay, so help doesn't work. 10 print A. 20 go to 10 run. Okay, cancel clear. Commands. It'll help's not. Okay, so help got newt, but what else did not? You've personally, I love how it says, I've personally verified. Let's see, desktop layout corrected. Let's find out. Come on for Picturino. There we go. Except the image is cropped. Desktop layout is better. However, the image is cropped, and if anything, crap. No, it's not what I need. Oops. What are these two containers? This is the... Did they work? Did it work on this? There are no other regressions. I give you my word. It's scared. Okay, bottom of the filters and adjust. Okay, getting there, getting there. Wait. Oh, yeah! Okay, there we go. List, load, loads the program. Cancel. The Commodore 64 emulator works. Oh my god. Chris Perlo 64 basic V27. Is it perfect? No. Is it awesome? Yes. Okay, with changing anything else, can we better center the boot text on the screen? Despite any bezel. Just okay, there we go. Still working on this. I'm gonna have to SEO that too. Ah, where's my, there we go. Nope, wrong one. You glad different people use different LLMs? Yeah, you know, I'm all about Gemini. Is the honestly, having used them all, Claude has been able to fact check a lot of stuff. Does not modify the existing print function. The rest of the interpreter relies for left line text. No other command or function will be affected. It's great. I'm not even sure what the next tool is that I'm going to work on. Go into here. Haven't thought about it. Today I was just surprised. You haven't used Gemini more than... Oh my god, Gemini Pro is everything in the arcade, dude. Everything that I have in the arcade. Everything here. Gemini. Even down to the iPhone emulator, simulator, or whatever. Everything. This is all Gemini. All of it. 100% Gemini 2.5 Pro. So, yeah. Everything you see. Everything you see. Including Glasshole. Right? If I load an image here. Look at that. Look at that Glasshole. Here, make. Frosted pane. Frosted window pane. And I'm changing the hue, turning off the wobble. Make it clear. Do, 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 do. Background blur. Smoothing on the edges. I like maxing them sometimes. Look at that. It just looks like it genuinely looks like a very thick piece of glass, does it not? Flying around there. Give it a little wobble. Just a little. Let's turn off the blur. It just looks like a giant piece of glass. Thickness, chroma, refraction. Let's turn that chroma, thickness, refraction. Does that not, seriously, does that not look like a real piece of glass? It's all Google Gemini, dude. All Google Gemini. Everything, every single thing that I've done, including the rain simulator, sand art frame. Although, like I said, I kind of want to take that other sand. Maybe I'll re-download it, download that and try something else. I don't know what we'll call it. I'm trying to make each app kind of unique. So I'm not sure if we're gonna go. Clipboard was fun too. It took a while. You know, if I'm doing any of this, I'm going to do it well, right? What happened to the filters? We'll see if it's on the desktop. This is where it just starts screwing with you. It's just like, you know what? I'm going to change this, but I'm going to delete that. Like, really? This is good. What happened to the filters list in the tablet smartphone view? Okay. And it works. Yes, it works. I think I got it. I really think I got it. I can see the list on the desktop that they're all not functioning. There we go. All right, it is centered. Our load. This is what takes me so long, honestly. It's just regressions. Like you add, and this is it always makes me cautious about adding new features. Yeah, Gemini is pretty much, I wouldn't say, Chris, that my Gemini is my go-to for everything. But like in terms of like developing HTML apps for the arcade, yeah. Like easily, because it as far as like a lot of the HTML stuff that I need for apps right now, it works fine. ChatGPT Codex, I was playing around with it with GitHub, and it does a good job. I think eventually I'm going to get into Claude Code and doing things that are a little larger than single-page applications. I feel like I'm fine right now with single-page applications. I may want to start developing some desktop stuff too. But right now I'm happy with this because anybody can use it. They can use it anywhere. They don't need to install anything. They can have fun with it. And out of all the apps, like in terms of design, in terms of execution, like Gemini has done easily the best. Easily the best. You had fun with the Tron thing and the glitch Tetris. Oh, awesome. Fusion. That's great. And it's good to hear, Orion. Glad I inspired you to get a CS degree. Hope it's worth something more than my degree is. Any idea how the free version of Gemini compares to free ChatGPT or others? I don't know. I haven't used, well, Gemini Flash is fine. It's frustrating at times. But Gemini Pro is where it's at for a lot of this development. You can blame some mistakes on the glitching flipping. Yeah, I know, dude. That's the idea. I didn't do a glitch Minesweeper, though. It's just a straight up Minesweeper. Okay, so now Give me a second. You check. So it's fixed that allegedly. I'm so sorry. Absolutely right. Yeah, damn right. Fixed error single stupid typo. Oh my god. And this is why I saved out and checked everything before copying out to make sure it worked. Because this is where goes sideways. Yeah, see, there's no HTML tags in there. I made some changes, fixed restoring that print centered function. Okay, Picturino image editor. That is working. Great. Here we go. Now, it's fine for that. How are we doing? This is all pre-SEO. Picturino here. Okay, great. Picturino, we're working. Reset. Focus. Wallpaper. Great, but some of these filters aren't working. Okay, great, but some of the filters are... Just fix it. Oh, did it work? Did it work? Okay, let's find out. Change. Help. This is where, you know what? I'm about to kill filters because it's just driving me nuts. It's driving me up the effing wall. I notice the small things. Going for perfection. It's taking me longer than I thought. I thought it'd be out. Oops, sorry. Well, right now I'm just vibe coding my way through everything. I wouldn't say everything's going well, but I'm still alive, so I guess I can't complain. Oh my god, all the freaking notifications I gotta get to. Boy, it's still thinking about this. Just fix it. Don't regress. Fix the bug. And this is why I save working versions of this, that, or the other thing. I don't know what. Oh my god. What the hell happened? Okay, right there. Clear. Help. Go. Help. What the hell happened to the border? Now I get caught in this bug that just never ends. This is what happens. You get so far and you're this close to the finish line and it just rips the carpet out from underneath you. Every single damn time. Swear to God. I incorrectly set the padding main CRT container to 0. So eliminate the visual border. Oh my god. This just, when it's done, this is why I don't like going back and looking at anything that's just done. Relatively bug-free. That didn't work. So me Christ. This is where Google Gemini starts to get stupid. Seriously, because I just feel like I'm repeating the same problems over and over and over again. When was the last time this got... Okay, that's fine. Minus some of the filters not working. I incorrectly set the padding on the main CRT to 2 VW. I may just end up calling it a day on the distance if it's going to keep repeating, because this is done otherwise. Grunge. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to test Picturino. Let's see what we got. Vintage low mode. Clarity doesn't work. These filters do not work and need to be replaced. Clarity. Grunge. Wallpaper. Okay, pleasant. Ah, crap. Did this get fixed? This still did not get fixed. Okay. Let me just, is it good enough? This is good enough. It feels good. It feels right. Okay, this is good. I feel we're good. We're shipping. We're shipping. We're shipping C64. I ship C64. I'm done with it. Don't tell me about any bugs in C64 when you have a chance to run it. Do not tell me in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to hear it. Wait, hang on. Vibrant. Soft vocal vibrant. Old paper present. Do I just kill the filters? Do I just kill the filters? I don't want to kill the filters. But wait a minute. What happened to the? What happened with this? Where's the SEO? I I know I ran it. I know I freaking ran it. Ugh. Why? Agitating. See, there we go. Okay. It did take him out. Without touching the JavaScript or CSS. You're damn right. Okay, there we go. High contrast. Okay. This is good enough. Picturino. God damn it. Ah! You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna copy this crap out. This is what we're gonna do. Up until style. And we're gonna paste it in here because it's screwed with something else. It's caught in a loop, dude. Pre-connect fonts, key static, cross origin, press start TP. Okay, it's done. Forget it. Screwed it up. I'm done. Copied it out. Screwed it up. You screwed it up. You screwed it up. I figured it out. I got everything done that I needed to get done. Re-updated C64. I'm glad I checked that. Because I'm like, oh, I assume it's in there. fix error. This is where we get caught in a recursive loop for that too. I'm gonna need to, I think Google is S-ing the bed right now because yep, see, it's screwed with everything up. It's screwed. As opposed to, let's see here, Perillo.com arcade C64 HTML. Oop, crap. Oh, was it 53281? Come on. 2. There we go. Help. All right. It works. All right, we're done. I'm done with this for now. C64 is working. Closing that out. All right. I guess I can throw it onto X for the people who are paying attention. I can send it off to I don't know if, yeah, I don't really. Oh, hang on. Where's Retro Tech or Die? That's the guy I need to ping. Load Runner for a while, Mighty Bean. And just for the people who are paying attention, that's where you can run it. Hey JKN, good to see you. I'll be looping back with you again on the Locker Gnome front. Thank you for following again, Mighty Bean. But yeah, there you can play with the C64. I'm sure you're gonna run into a bug. Don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. I'm done fixing bugs with the C64 simulator tonight. It works well enough. The commands should function, and if not, we can dive deeper on the commands later. But the basic stuff works. I think for what most people are going to use it for, it works. The true test is like loading in like a classic. Like I used to memorize those programs, right, and go to like other houses and then do these weird random pokes and peeks and stuff. All right, we're gonna test this again. Okay, great. Now, Picturino, please work. Please be the layout that I need. Please be the layout I need. Yes, it's... except... I wonder if I can just take out that Her Majesty, because it's just kind of on a... it's just kind of hanging there. Let's do this. Let's go in and edit. Oops. Her Majesty. Oh, crap. It's kind of... it's really tucked away in there. Vibrance, Her Majesty. Oh, see, filters are just pointless. I'm looking at it, I'm like, filters config, vintage, Lomo, since it... is this just self-referential? Oh no, they have presets, okay. Those are the only vibrant, high contrast, vibrant. Ooh. I'm just looking at the glowing sun. How the the only thing I want you to do right now, the only thing is remove the Her Majesty. Cool. Wait a minute, how come? But okay, Her Majesty does work. Does vibrant work? Okay. Is remove is change vibrant to her is to remove vibrant altogether and rename Her Majesty to Majesty. Okay, that's it. That's it. And then I feel it can figure out the rest. Oh my God. Then we're going to run SEO on this. And that's it. I can let everybody go because that's it for me. So happy to have shown everything. Showing you my process, a little behind the scenes. Hope you had fun. My print is done. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen here soon too. So MakerDeck needs a little bit of help. But I will catch you on Thursday where we will continue this adventure. And hopefully I'll be done with all these things and started other things. Yeah, we'll have fun in between. I'll be streaming here now and in between. You know where to find me. Yo, I'll be there in just a minute. As soon as fix error. Of course there's a bug. Of course there's a problem. Of course there's or there's not. This what? Gotta fix this error. This is where I'm leaving you. Ikafar, it's fun every single time.